Hey guys, another video. So let's see. First thing we notice is that we now have a roof over our heads. I can close the space off so that you can't walk over into the targets anymore. Might change that a little later depending on what we do. And on the second side, I have an open space allowing me to walk up, as well as three Humvees, three Jeeps that are all destroyable. I do not have explosives yet in this build, but if you'll notice here, we have a little square that's acting as a placeholder for a gas tank. And the idea is that if you hit this gas tank with your shots, it'll multiply the damage it does to the vehicle, potentially destroying it in one shot, depending on what weapon you have. There was a couple fixes that I've gone and done with the weapons. One example is when you released in the middle of zooming in, your camera's field of view would remain zoomed in. That is no longer the case. Let's see. Little changes. Can't really remember everything exactly that was changed. But also we have a new weapon. We have the bow, which was a pain to try and assemble, but it works for a prototype. So the way this one works, it's different from all the other guns. It uses a different trigger mechanism, and it uses a different shot functionality. So what this is doing is it's overriding a bunch of, I had to convert a bunch of the weapon classes functions into virtual functions that would allow me to change the settings for them. So I'll just go ahead and show. When I hold down the button, the attack button, I will be drawing back the bow using a draw power value from 0 to 1, which is based on the what's it called? The idle position, or the inactive position when the bowstring is just straight from the top to bottom, to the end position, which is when it's drawn all the way back. The arrow is following this bow as a child object of it until it is released, and then it's just given a forward velocity of whatever value I'd like. The head of the arrow, the box at the end of this makeshift arrow, is the collider for the arrow, meaning that if you somehow manage to hit an object with the shaft of the arrow, it won't do anything, it'll just go through, but you have to hit the object with the head. And there were a couple issues I had going through with this, which was one, velocity. If the velocity was too high, the arrow would just go through the object, and had to play with some collision settings for that to fix. Another one was arrows getting stuck on each other, so you could basically build a little bridge and climb up on them. And then there was something wacky with the mesh collider here, where the arrows did not like hitting these Jeeps. But now that's all been fixed, so they stick to their target once they hit on a target. Once they land, they do not expire yet. That's an easy add. Same thing for the bullets, just expire after a minute or so, or however long you want, depending on what kind of game mode you have going on. Like CSGO, the bullets do not expire, since there's a limited amount of ammunition in a round, and then it just resets every round, or clears it up every round. And then, so these will go ahead, dealing 100 damage each. When the vehicle is heavily damaged, below 25% health, it will start smoking with my terrible particle effects. And just to indicate that it's low health, I'm going to go grab another weapon here and just finish it off with an explosion. Some kind of an explosion to indicate its death. And then gas tank wise, so the sniper rifle deals, I believe, 100 damage per shot. Shoot the door of the back one, and then we'll shoot the gas tank of this one, just to try and destroy it in one hit. The other weapons also function the same way. Bang, 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 nothing. Shoot the gas tank, and it blows up. Takes a couple of shots, but that's depending on the damage values of the weapon and this wheel. I'm going to go ahead and reset that and just play around with the bow for a second. See if I can hit some of these gas tanks with the bow. So we'll line up here. Miss. There we go. Second shot, hit the gas tank. First shot, hit the gas tank. Too low. Can't tell if that hit or not. How close is that? Wow. That's close. Let's try again. I might not get it before the vehicle actually blows up due to damage. Ah, there we go. Got it. Yeah, that's a thing right now. The gas tank kind of floats away on its own. There are some issues where if I had it as a if it had gravity enabled for a rigid body, it would send the vehicle itself, what's left of it, floating into space for some reason. So I just disabled that for now. And yeah, that's about all I have to show for today. Next thing I want to do is play more with the vehicles, try and get them usable as drivable vehicles in the future. I plan on making, so this would be like a building of its own, and then you can walk over this way and go over to like a little racetrack to play around with first-person driving mechanics. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Maybe a few weapons, get some explosives in like I was talking about earlier. Use some grenades, some rocket launchers, grenade launchers. Try and launch these vehicles up into the sky and over the wall, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, that's everything I have for today. Thank you for watching.